Well, this is something interesting. There's now said to be a lack of adequate healthcare. Oh, no, I'm not talking about England. I'm talking about Canada. Yes, this is a new piece that has come out, a place called LifeSite News, which I love. Lack of adequate healthcare is now pushing Canadians toward assisted suicide, even more so than previous years. Well, the family of an elderly man is now speaking out about a terrible hospital conditions that led to their father to request euthanasia before he died of natural causes. The family of Mr. Cleo Greton, an 84-year-old retired diamond driller who died earlier this month in Chelmsford, Ontario, of natural causes after being approved for assisted suicide, brought to you by the Trudeau Foundation of Killers. Well, now is speaking publicly about their appalling experience in the Canadian healthcare system, and God forbid. Well, now, according to the CBC, the most lying POS name in news, well, the elderly man, quote, told his family he would rather die than go back to Health Science North over there in Sudbury. Now, at that recent stay where they found Mr. Cleo Greton, who was suffering from heart disease and kidney failure, spending one night in the emergency room and then being transferred to a bed sitting in the hallway on the 7th floor. Now, they're saying there was no lights. All the bulbs in the hallway had been completely removed in this particular case. His daughter told the CBC, which I'm surprised they're even telling us any of this. They said that the only light we had was almost a desk lamp that had been bolted to the wall. Patients are passing by, nurses are going by, no privacy, no compassion, no dignity. The visit took place just in mid-October, which Cleo decided to apply for the medical aid in dying after this experience. And let me tell you something. This is across the board, at least that I'm aware of in the Commonwealth, particularly England. So now we know this happened in Canada. In England, and I heard this from an eyewitness account, just to get an emergency checkup, okay, emergency checkup where you're about to faint, all kinds of ailments, you got to wait in the ER room upwards of 16 hours, in some cases over 24 hours, just to be seen by what you might think is a doctor, but really, in all fairness, could be just a medical student from India. That's the UK. And I'm willing to bet it's not much different in Canada because there's a depopulation, overall, a soft form of euthanasia to make you feel hopeless that will make you sign and say, yeah, okay, I want to be killed. I can't take this anymore. And they're even pulling out seats everywhere in these hospitals, nowhere to sit down and make it uncomfortable for you, just like they're getting rid of benches all over the places, where elderly would sit down. They're saying, well, because we don't want the homeless there. Yeah. Well, how's that going to work when everyone's going to be homeless here by 2030? So we're on Agenda 2030 now. We beat them at Agenda 21. They didn't. Nobody took enough miracle jabs for this whole thing to work out the way they wanted. So now we're on Agenda 2030, or they have to even suggest more and more to kill yourself. And Canada is right involved because it was Canada, like New Zealand, like Australia, one of the lax countries where the best day of the week is tomorrow. Canada prided itself all these years of just being the alternative to the United States. They go, well, they got, gold and guns and hillbillies. We don't want that here in Canada. We got hockey. Now look at it. Australia, too. The arrogance and the ignorance of Australia. Well, we don't need our firearms. We don't need to be having school shootings like you Americans. Now look what they got them. So now this is happening across the board. And I'm willing to say it's even happening in New Zealand and Australia as well. And also very, very blue areas of the United States. Another form of population reduction that they need and want for their smart cities. That's why this whole damn thing is happening. And, spiritually and esoterically, it's the big blood sacrifice that is really garnishing up favor of the elite. So this is happening more and more. And this is really sad to hear. Just the euthanasia, how it's just applauded. And I've seen the commercials for it in Canada. It's disgusting. And there's a lot of people in that country that are running the show. They're not going to be able to get out of this politically. There's not going to be one vote that these people who are in power over there in Canada, they're going to abide by. So what does that tell you? Because you can vote your way out of so-called capitalism. You certainly can't do it out of this globalist model of communism.